Dobra, zobaczmy co mam. Nie. Atak, zbroja. Nie no, ale sobie zostawię. Wola, zbroja, tak. O! No i muszę posprzedawać, zdecydowanie. Atak, wola. O 4. Nie, półklerza nie, tarczy nie wymienię. Angie, co ty masz? Nie. Śmieć. 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 Nic. Nic. I nic.
Thank you. I heard the commotion upstairs. That woman! She's not dead?
Rajani is beaten, but she isn't dead.
Well, we shall soon remedy that. How dare she march an army into Raven's Rill and murder good sons of the Legion? I'll see her hang!
You're the only prisoner? Rajani didn't lock anyone else down here?
With Lascanzi walking the streets? No need. My people fear the witchmen. They're the villains of every bedtime story. And most of those stories are true.
You're Lazar Basili, the boyar of the town?
Boyar is an old and stuffy title. Lazar is fine, especially among friends.
We should get back upstairs.
Quite right. Before Rajani wakes.
Tak. I co ty robisz z przodu? Tak, tutaj jest tak... Tutaj można dokonywać wyboru właśnie. O, już się stała.
The town is ours. They're fleeing into the woods in total disarray.
What about Rajani? You saw how she fights. She calls fire at will, and her eyes, they're like mine.
Who are you, girl? You look like someone I knew. You speak with her voice. But that woman is dead and gone.
Anjali is one of us. A child of the Legion. Like me.
My friend speaks the truth, Rajani. Whoever you think I am, you're wrong.
Or perhaps you're a false prophet meant to lead me astray. If you fight for the Legion, you're an enemy. Nothing more.
The Legion's done nothing to you.
My lady has told me of the Legion's crimes. She defeated you once, and she'll defeat you again.
Jane Cassinda, the old enemy. 30 years on and she's still hunting the Legion.
And why should she not? You're traitors, kingslayers, murderers.
Kingslayers? Murderers? What does she mean?
Lies. Stories that the old king was murdered by the Legion. That's how Jane Cassinda turned the people against us. She claimed that the Legion betrayed its oath, tried to seize power for itself.
They're not lies. My lady spoke the truth. But believe what you want.
No faktycznie, każda strona ma inną własną wersję.
How can we be a threat to you? We don't even know who you are.
She's an Archon! I know it sounds mad, but look at her. Just like the stories, only she's real.
What do these stories say about Archons?
They were divine messengers, heralds of the old creator gods. You see their pictures in books. Statues of them are supposed to bring luck.
We have to decide what to do with her. Suggestions?
She attacked a defenseless town, murdered your friends at the estate. Why are we discussing this? Kill her and let justice be done.
Wait. Listen to her words. She's misguided, confused. She fears us. Killing her wouldn't be justice. She's yielded. What if we set her free? Show Jane Cassinda that the Legion still has honor.
No, uwolnię ją jednak.
Rajani, you're free to go. We're not your enemies, and we never were.
You're mad. Now my lady will know your strength. Next time she'll send more of us against you. But if that's what you want, then I'll go.
I agree with the armored wench. You are mad, both of you, stark and raving.
No. We planted a seed. Now we wait and see how it grows. Come. We should return to the
No,
chapter
ja tu
house and
przeszukałem
decide our
całe
next move.
miejsce, więc mogę
Unless
iść
you
sobie.
still have business here.
I'm ready. Our business here is done.
Against the might of the 10th Legion, even the Archon Rajani could not stand. Jane Cassinder's lieutenant was vanquished, her mercenaries' hold on the Rukenval broken. In times past, the Legion's judgment was merciful and fair, and you chose to spare her life. Who can say how an unexpected mercy might change an enemy's heart? As the folk of the Rill said about rebuilding, we prepared for our next move. Our old enemy was stronger than she had ever been, and she still plotted our demise. The Rukenval chapter house would not be our sanctuary, but a staging ground for what was to come. Martin tells me that Jane Cassinder was behind this. She acted fast. That means she's afraid.
Rajani was full of lies about the Legion. We set her free as a sign of goodwill. If we can make Jane see that she's wrong.
You're an idealist, Martin. Don't assume our enemies have honor. Least of all, Jane Cassinder.
Why is Jane Cassinda so determined to kill us?
The woman's a mystery. Always has been. As far as we know, she was raised by the Azanite Church. An orphan, maybe. Or a rich man's bastard daughter. Must have been 18, 19 years old when the king died. She paraded through the streets of Bisselberg, claimed he'd been murdered by the Legion.
Was there any truth in what she said?
No. My father would never have died for the Legion if he'd believed Jane's lies.
Some legionnaires did believe. Bohemond of St. Ellis, Darren Marcel, prominent men. They renounced the Legion, stood by while the rest of us were hunted and killed.
Why did anyone listen to Jane?
She was young, beautiful, full of passion. Spoke like she truly loved the king, but she couldn't have known him. Half the country was in love with her. A living saint, they called her. Still do out east where the church is strong. And people were jealous. We'd grown too rich and too fat. That was the Legion's sin, if you ask me.
So Jane turned the people against us. What then?
Jane had the church behind her. She raised mobs in the cities, Bisselberg first, and the towns of the east. Then Stonebridge, Glacier, everywhere else. In Stonebridge, the Legionnaires refused to fight, wouldn't raise their hands against the people, just stood there and died. Montbaron made his last stand here, in Rukenval. The people here stayed loyal, so Jane had to march an army north. You know how it ended.
And you were the only survivor. How did you escape?
I don't die easy, and I don't believe
Jak na
in noble
zwiadowcę.
last stands. Far as I'm concerned, the war's still on. Even if I'm the last soldier in the field. Until I put a knife in Jane Cassinder's eye.
No, I don't believe this has to end in blood.
Nor do I, even if Odo thinks me an idealist and a fool.
You're not fools. You're just young. And we've spoken enough about the past.
Our numbers are too few. Can we find more men and women of Legion blood?
Might be a few left. Not enough to build an army. But if we spread the word that the Legion has returned, we can rally Jane's enemies against her. We should start by reclaiming the Grand Chapter House, the old Legion headquarters in Stonebridge.
Have you heard any news from Stonebridge?
If I had to guess, more smokestacks, more spinning machines, more metal men clanking through the streets.
So the Stonebridge chapter house is different than the others?
It's bigger, grander. They built it during our golden age after the heroes destroyed the Sec. We claim that chapter house, hang our banners out front, people will hear that the Legion's returned.
Are you sure the chapter house wasn't destroyed?
By the people of Stonebridge? No, they never would. It's their mark of shame. Reminds them how they betrayed the Legion, and they don't dare forget.
How do we get to Stonebridge?
Na
then?
piechotę, stary. Na piechotę.
Stonebridge lies to the south and west, on the far side of the swamp. Lazar's people have repaired the bridge, so the road should be open again.
Martin and I will stay here for now. Help the locals rebuild.
We owe them. They've endured a great deal for our sake.
We have a causeway gate here. Surely there must be another in Stonebridge.
There is, but it's shut. Montbaron ordered most of them closed to stop Jane Cassinder from using them against us. A causeway gate can only be opened from the outside, and only by a privileged few.
Dobrze.
All right. I'll head south for Stonebridge.
Jane Cassinder controls most of the land between here and Stonebridge. Her soldiers wear the raiment of the Azranite Church. Avoid them if you
Raczej się
can.
tego nie da.
Once you're inside the chapter house, look for the causeway gate. Open it, and you can bring the rest of us through.
You're the vanguard of the Legion. All our hopes go with you.
Okej. Tak, coś mi mówi, że gadając, mówiąc, że to nie musi iść koniecznie z rozlewem krwi, coś mi mówi, że straciłem możliwość zaufania Yuanji. No cóż, trudno. O, jest.
Off to Stonebridge, I hear? Before you depart, I have something I would discuss with you if you're willing. The Lescanzi occupation depleted the town's stores. If we cannot replenish them soon, Raven's Rill may not survive the winter. I know the Legion has done a great deal for us already, but I fear...
I take it you have a plan?
Indeed. Raven's Rill sees few travelers these days, but I believe the Hero's Crypt could draw pilgrims from across Ebb as it once did. With pilgrims would come merchants, and the town could fill its larders before the winter.
Tak, czyli krypta bohaterów jednak jest zamknięta z jakiegoś powodu.
Tell me about this hero's crypt.
The Hero's Crypt is where the heroes of the Sec Resurgence were interred. It was considered a holy site, and pilgrims flocked to it. After the crypt was sealed, the pilgrims stopped coming. I believe that if we open it again, we can bring prosperity back to Raven's...
Why would a holy site be sealed in the first place?
I'm not entirely sure. It happened just before the fall of the Legion.
Why do you need the Legion's help?
The doors of the monument are sealed by Legion magic. They are impervious to any form of counter-magic or physical destruction. They can only be opened by the signet rings of the Legion families who commissioned its construction. The Montbarons
No,
and the
mam chyba
Gungrets.
obydwa.
I understand you found both signet rings already. The crypt should open for you now.
I'll do what I can.
Excellent. Look for the two large statues outside the monument. I'll fetch Grigori. We'll need a scribe to document this historic event.
Tak. Boję się, że będę musiał później wracać. No cóż, trudno. Czy teraz będzie spokój? Chyba będzie spokój, bo Skandynawii pouciekali. No oczywiście zostało tylko zwierzątka. Ta. Cisza, spokój. Nic nie będzie zakłócać. Chwila. Dziękuję. Ale mnie słuchawki wbijają się w uszy. No, tu jest kupiec. Osłona, zbroja, odwet. Nie. Coś co mnie za atak się nim nie przyda. Wow, sporo śmieci. No naprawdę sporo śmieci. Zbroja... Nie. Co to jest zbroja? Dobra, mogę wszystko posprzedawać. Już 20 000. Dobra, kup. Coś jest ciekawego? A, to pewnie jest lód, ich zamrażała. Zwinność, wola, błyskawica. Wola, zbroja. O! Kupię to. Zwinność... A tak wytrzymałość, zbroja, odwet. No, pajączki. Dostaniecie taki wpierdol.
Something dangerous is near.
To ma być niebezpieczne. Wtedy i upierdliwe. Dobra, tu jest skrzynka. A jak się zbliży, to będzie już automatyczna rozmowa z pewnym dyskiem, jeśli dobrze pamiętam. Jeśli dobrze pamiętam. A, to chyba... Zaraz, tam jest skrzynia. A.
Oh, forgive me. You startled me a bit. I'm afraid I was wrapped up in my studies of this magnificent edifice.
Tell me about yourself. What brings you out here?
I'm a scholar with the Stonebridge Society of Antiquaries. My particular specialization is early Goblin Renaissance
To nie jest
architecture.
goblińska budowla.
This structure is a truly remarkable example. Note the intricate cornice work and the marvelously subtle geometries of the roof.
Can you tell me anything about this building?
Why, this is the Hero Script. Inside lie the champions who defeated the sect 150 years ago. I've been studying its history for years. Sadly, I've never been able to do more than observe the exterior.
Why can't you get inside?
Ever since Jane Cassinda destroyed the Legion, the tomb has been sealed tight. I think it could still be open, but I have no idea how. Perhaps the old Legion knew.
Tell me about the crypt's history.
The tomb was originally constructed for the First Lady Montbaron, remembered in popular folklore as the Farmer.
I forget sometimes that the farmer was one of my ancestors.
A Montbaron, are you? Now that you mention it, I see the resemblance. You have the farmer's graceful bone structure. That may have come out wrong. I'm not... Well, let's just say I'm happily married to a lovely woman.
Tak, teraz się populamental.
As more of the heroes who defeated the sect passed on, they were interred here as well. The crypt became a site of pilgrimage for many. Visitors have reported all sorts of miracles. Good fortune, sicknesses healed, that sort of thing. But no one's been inside.
I've found a way into the crypt. I'm going to open the doors.
You did? You have? That's unbelievable! How did you do it? Where did you find it? Oh, never mind. That's not important right now. Could I go in with you? I've studied the exterior for so long. I'd like to get a look at some of the artifacts and...
You can come along, but be careful. And stay close to me.
Wonderful! Let's get the doors open then.
Tak, za chwilę będzie chciał uciekać. Kurde. No, większość rzeczy zniknęła. Bomba. A ten na pewno stchórzy.
Oh my. That was... well...
Co, stchórzysz?
That's quite something. On second thought, perhaps, perhaps you could go into the crypt yourself and return with some relics for me.
I'll see what I can find. What are you looking for?
Good. Yes, good.
A no, dla mnie
Much
też lepiej.
safer for all of us. I'd likely get you killed tagging along, and this way you won't get me killed either. I'm looking for 3 relics in particular. The Skull of Noric, the Staff of Merrick, and the Sword of Bollingar. If you find any of them, I will of course reward you handsomely.